Revelation 2351. From the 29th of May 1942. Trust in God. Promise, ask and you shall receive. You will receive. The lack of trust in God will become quite obvious when people are in great earthly adversity because they lack profound faith. The faith in a power which can change every event in the world through its will. The believing person surrenders himself to this power with complete trust because he knows that God's love and omnipotence wants to help him and can help him, and thus the fully believing person has an advantage over the unbelieving person because he is often spared anxiety and worry, whereas the unbeliever lives in constant restlessness and worry because he has no one to turn to who can relieve him of this. Trust in God therefore presupposes deep faith, but trust in God is at the same time decisive for the depth, that is intimacy, of prayer. For anyone who is full of trust in God will come to God in all adversities of body and soul and appeal to Him for His help. He will call upon Him in his heart, and thus the heartfelt prayer rises up to God. And this is heard by the Father in heaven because His love for His children is so great that He does not want to leave them in suffering and worry. But where there is a lack of full confidence that God can help and wants to help, the prayer will only tentatively rise up to God and the help will be correspondingly weak. The penetration of strong faith is so absolutely necessary because it only results in intimate prayer to God and thereby the connection with God is established much more easily. In strong faith the human being feels closer to God and is able to pray in spirit and in truth, that is, to speak to Him unbiasedly, and the sooner his prayers can be answered, for a prayer sent to God in profound faith and complete trust must necessarily result in fulfillment, because God Himself has promised people that He will give them what they desire. Ask and you shall receive. And what God has promised always and forever remains pure truth. Therefore, if He has given people the assurance that He will help them, they can also believe without doubt that He will do so, and now let their confidence grow strong. And from that moment on earthly life will also be easier to bear, for what the human being's own strength is not enough for he will be able to do with the support of God's strength, which the fully believing human being can and will request because God Himself has urged people to appeal to Him if they need His help. Strong faith can also be requested. And God will also answer this prayer, for if the human being asks for spiritual good He will never make a wrong request. Amen.